Bitcoin hoodie guy back with another Kaspa video, 13.2 cents. Let's get into it. I just want to cover, so is it going to suffer the same fate as Kadena? So let's look at the Kadena chart. Obviously, you know that in November of 2021, it peaked out and it went down like most everything else. So it basically launched at the end or what was the start of the bull market last time. Bitcoin bottomed out kind of in COVID and started going up. So kind of at the end of the bull run, I guess the end of the bear market, beginning of the bull run. But one thing is when you go back at the historical snapshot here, and this is from November 14th, 2021, pretty close to Bitcoin 65,000, pretty close to the top, for Kadena. You can see there's number 57 on Coin Market Cap, almost $3.4 billion market cap, $21. But you can see that it had 157 million KDA out. So when you go check out that, it's got a 1 billion max supply. So it had 15% of the circulating supply. Now it's got 25% of the circulating supply. So it's had, the inflation, the amount of coins out is almost doubled, not quite, but 100 million. So it's had some pretty steep inflation since then. And it still has 75% inflation to go. So that's why, with Bitcoin, what's it at, like 90% or something? It'll be 95% pretty quick, those last few percentages. So Kaspa is at 75% right now. That's the difference. Also, basically, the bottom, if the bottom was the end of last year, could be similar launch patterns where basically Kaspa launched kind of at the middle or, there was still, about 6 months to the bottom. So the middle of the bear market. So Kaspa launched in the middle of the bear market. Kadena, I guess you could say the same. And then, it basically went from 39 cents, 14 cents, then up and down. So Kaspa, this is just kind of looking at the economics, not the technology or anything like that. But I've seen a couple people just ask about, is this going to be the same thing? Because Kadena went up, proof of work went up, and then the one difference is that this chart, the bull top is right here, and most likely, not financial advice, but most people opinion. Now you can debate what you think the price of Bitcoin is going to be, but most people project that happening sometime at the end of 2025. So Cass was doing this, and we haven't seen Bitcoin. Well, we've seen it go from 16,000 to 37,000, but the bull run hasn't really kicked in full force. There's no tier one exchanges, Binance, Coinbase. And then, the Bitcoin spot ETF is, getting close. Who knows when that's going to happen? If somehow they slip it in this year or it's next year. You got the hash rate climbing. So the Kaspa hash rate, 2Miners website's a good website to check out. So you can see that it's slowly kind of climbing up. And I know that some more ASICs are supposed to go online, but you check out the overall hash rate and you can see that we're climbing now, and it's at all-time highs, 66 petahashes. And take a look at the wallets now real quick. So let me what you think about Kaspa versus Kadena. And I think that, there's a lot of differences with the project. And, right now you can see that Kadena is on Binance and KuCoin. So it doesn't, maybe there's no crypto.com or crypto.com's right there. It's way down the list. So, that's something that once Kaspa, I see it eventually getting onto Binance and Coinbase. Those are the two biggest players. And so right here, you can see that the address has stayed about the same since this morning. The last hour, one less shark, 6 less shark in the last 24 hours. So some people taking some profit. And despite people that want to still take profits, even though we're seeing a pullback, you can still see that really went down to 11.5 cents, kind of back up to 13. It's still really hanging around that 13-cent range and testing that. And, whether we go back over 15 cents in the near term is tough to know for sure. Fabian Astua, thanks for joining in. Hello there. Thanks for tuning in. So, yeah, I just saw someone talking about they're worried that Kaspa could be the next Cadena. And I don't know if that's even possible. And I don't know that it's not possible. The future is so unknown. I just think when you look at the economics of it, that gives me a little faith is that you're not going to have the inflation with Kaspa, and Kaspa is hotter at the right time. And we got the bull market to go right now. So there's a lot of time left. And let's see. I made a little skit today. I'm going to play that. And yeah, let's look at that a little bit. Maybe you already saw it. I don't know. But I'm just going to play it here. It's only about 2 minutes long. I'm just going to end up like Cadena and go in the tank. Man, Ron, I don't think it's going to follow the same trajectory the same way that Cadena did. Ron, do you know anything about Kaspa? Do you even know the circulating supply? Boy, you better watch your lip there, man. I know a lot about Kaspa. A lot. Yeah, man, I know the circulating supply. Oh, you do know the circulating supply. Okay, well, let me know what it is. All right, just give me a minute, man. Give me a minute.
15 minutes later.
I'm waiting, Ron. 5. 5? What the hell is 5, Ron? Yeah, man, 5. 5, is that circulating supply? What, that's just doesn't even make sense. The circulating supply is in the billions. Over 20 billion. What you said just makes absolutely 0 sense, Ron. All right, Matt, man, you think you know everything, man. Mr. Know-It-All, Mr. Smarty Pants, he actually knows the real circulating supply of Kaspa, man. Well, you can stick that right up your rear end, man. I'll enjoy my Coors Light. Thank you very much. Maybe you should research crypto a little bit before you start spouting out stuff like that, Ron, okay? Yeah, man, I think Kaspa's gonna end up like Cadena. Tina, could you just zip it? Let the boys talk? Can't you just get in the kitchen and make a sandwich? Yeah, Tina, why don't you get in the kitchen and make a sandwich? Hey, Ron. You can't talk to Tina like that. I'm the only one that can tell her to get in the kitchen and make a sandwich, okay? All right, man, all right. I'm gonna just go home and pound me a couple Coors Lights. Ron, just go home and drink yourself to sleep. All right, man, I'll just go home and pound me a couple Coors Lights, man. Keep it real, man, keeping it real. Okay, Tina, so you think that, okay, Tina, so you think Kaspa is just gonna do the exact same thing that Cadena did? Well, there are a few differences. Right now, Kaspa is started off in a bear market and now we're going into a bull market. It's got 75% of the circulating supply. If you look back when Cadena maxed out around a $3.3 billion market cap, it only had about 15% of the circulating supply. Only has about 25% of the circulating supply. It only got up to like 55 on CoinMarketCap. Kaspa's been up to like 26. So it never soared as high as Kaspa has already. And Kaspa doesn't have that much inflation going forward. Those are just a few of the reasons why I think you're wrong, Tina. Okay, those are some good points, but I'm still mad that you sold Kaspa back in April like a big dummy. All right, well, that was the skit I did today, and apparently it was up to 6 viewers, and then it went down to 2, so apparently people don't like skits, but I like making them. DeFi Gardener, boom, thanks for joining. And just taking a look at, if you just joined in, just that Cadena got up to 57, basically at the peak of it during the bull market last time. Kaspa already at the end stages of the bear market, beginning of the bull market, it's already up to hit the top, crack the top 30. And there's a lot of developments, and the inflation and economics of the two projects are much different. And so I think that's a difference, and time will tell if that matters and if I'm right. And, I don't know, you just got to keep preaching patience, because whatever your game plan is. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Fabian, DeFi Gardener. Thanks for I guess I realized I need to edit out a piece. I joked around right there, but when I was talking to Tina, I cut out when I stopped and did it again. So it's good to watch it there, but the skits are fun. keep it lighthearted. And yeah, right now you can see that Caspa's just hanging out there at 13 cents, and depending on when some people already got their bags packed, and the Binance news doesn't seem to have shaken crypto very much. Bitcoin's back at 37.5 almost. Overall the market's up almost 4% in the last 24 hours. ETH is back up over 2,000. XRP 61 cents. Solano $58. Cardano $38 Doge almost 8 cents. Tron. So Matic. It's funny because there's that guy on the YouTube channel that has done interviews with like CZ, called him a humble crypto billionaire, and he did one with Sam Bankman-Fried, and he also did one with the one of the founders of Polygon Matic. So people joked around on Twitter. I saw that is he coming for them next, or something bad going to happen? I hope not. There's a lot of people who got a lot of money into Matic, and so hopefully that's nothing going on bad there. But there's a lot of powers right now tugging a war with stable coins, with central bank digital currencies, Bitcoin. I don't know. A lot of people thought that the futures would allow more shorting, or the shorts would really come in and control Caspa. And it doesn't seem like it's been too big, because really if you just go back to the 1 month, it's been a wild ride. But you just go in a little bit. Well, we're zoomed in there, but the last week, it's went up to over 15 cents, 15.5 cents already, and down to 11, but it hasn't really broken down under 11 and a half cents, I think. So I think it's looking pretty good. I mean, when you have a project, hash rate is going to all-time highs. There's going to be more ASICs coming online. You got wallets growing, and you got a couple big tier exchanges on the horizon. You also have a Bitcoin spot ETF on the horizon, the halving on the horizon. And I don't know, man. It's pretty exciting if you ask me. DeFi Gardner, Caspa hasn't seen a bull run. Either you are on the train for Caspa or you aren't. There are always a few layer ones that pump huge. It's coming. I agree. I think a lot of people were getting vibes of what maybe Solana did in the last run. And with Yonatan Saplinski, his background, sometimes I think some people are liking the tech. And yeah, not even a top two listing yet either. So once those come into play, Crypto.com, Kraken, Gemini, Coinbase, and Binance. Obviously Binance, people are pulling some money out, but it's still one of the biggest exchanges. And some people think the guy that's taken over has got some ties to the World Economic Forum. So who knows if the United States government thinks that, they're more in control of Binance now or whatever, and they're going to push that Bitcoin spot ETF through, and all more money floods in and people are trading, and you got Caspa being the darling layer one. I think we're all buckled in for a nice ride. And I think there's just so much left in this bull market. Or technically, some people think we haven't even hit the bull market. So I think that, man, I think the sky's the limit, to be honest with you. But I'm trying to not get too emotional and just be patient. But it seems like the pieces are falling into place, and it seems like Caspa is going to be one of those projects where everything's all the stars are lining up with the project, what it's doing, some of the people behind it, where it's at in the market, tokenomics, things like that, proof of work. A lot of people like proof of work. If the miners keep plugging away, and it's hitting all-time highs, and the miners aren't dumping enough to completely crash the price. So that's encouraging. So let me know what you think Caspa can reach by Christmas. I think maybe 25 cents is in the cards, but we just got to wait and see if Bitcoin and the ETF can push us through. So let's see. If they come with the smart contracts, they can double the market cap before BTC moves. That's a good part, DeFi Gardner. And with the Rust, tokenomics is cool. Austin Roberts is chiming in. And so, yeah, I think that, it's going to make Ron and Tina happy if Kaspa keeps doing what it's going to do, and it gets the smart contract capabilities. And I think there's going to be a lot of hype around it. And there's still not a lot of big YouTubers talking about it. We got Fabian Astua says, sounds good. Fabian's thinking 30 cents by Christmas. And so, yeah, I think that that's possible. I know some people think 25 to 50 cents, depending on what's developed, I know the Rust, and I know that where they're trying to do more blocks per second on the test net, all those things that are getting developed. And then you have, once they start probably doing type smart contracts on the test net, people get a taste of that, whatever form that kind of manifests itself in. And once eventually probably all the big crypto YouTubers will be talking about it, and then it'll be listed on the tier 1 exchanges, and then Bitcoin will be going higher. It'll be game over. So let's enjoy the ride, my friends. KDA was being shielded super hard last run, but then people realized it wasn't that good. Kaspa is the real deal, no VCs. Good point, DeFi Gardner, coming with the facts, laying it out. And I don't know. I to be honest with you, I don't know who was one of the founders of Kadena, but I don't think they're the heavyweight like Yonatan Saplinski. Sorry, I'm butchering his name, man. Need to practice that about 1,000 times. But being quoted in the Ethereum white paper, he's been around doing research in the cryptography, Bitcoin, blockchain space for a long time. Being quoted, he's a heavy hitter. Some people even think he could be Satoshi. I don't know about that, but I know that he's been around in the space a long time. He's a heavy hitter, and he seems like he gets a lot of respect because, heavy hitters putting him into the Ethereum white paper, referencing, using some of what his technology is and what he thought of. So it's encouraging, man. Thanks for watching. Let's enjoy the ride and keep a level head. Let's have fun in this bull market and just be patient, and let's just wake up in 2025 and see what happens then. Thanks for watching and have a good day.